Break, something to watch.
They are number 2 in the country in fast break points, 16.6 per game. Milwaukee number 1. So it's 8-3 Gators.
Switching on those pin downs. Reed's got to get in and beg.
McNeely, he draws analog pin on the outside. McNeely off the dribble. Kick it for the Stewart J.
Well, he makes those whatever he made. You were an easy catch.
15-10, Florida in front.
See if McNeely can relax and take good shots. Think he can get in the lane and elevate?
To see him go inside.
Nice slip and
Good and a foul. It's Stewart. He's taking it to the rim for 2.
fearless. What a read, anticipation. What a feel for the game that kid has.
And it's a 2-point game. He's got 15 of Oklahoma's 30 points. McNeely handles it. He's picked up by Goodine. Stewart comes to the ball, fires, connects.
If he can get that thing going.
Rejected by Stewart, the length.
4 left.
2 seconds, 1 second. It doesn't go, short from Elvis. Diarra,
Nice
run
look.
out, Stewart for 2.
That's what Diarra does, though.
Touchdown.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar would like the jump hook.
A little Akeem right there with that one. But deeper post position, less dribbles, better result.
McNeely trying to find some space. Stewart, the runner, got it.
Like it.
Solo ball. Look at this matchup here.
Mahaney on the drive on Dixon. Nice hit. And an easy one for Jaylin. 11 points. 24-19 Nova. Approaching the 7-minute mark of the first half. Our last game with the double overtime between DePaul and Creighton. Samson Johnson, nice bounce ball, pocket pass, reverse layup, Jaylin.
That kind of night.
2 for 15, 8 points.
When you play Connecticut, you play these forwards, you better get your running shoes on. Their activity is so creative. Caravan and McNeely.
Caravan tracked that one down in the corner. And that jump shot is pure.
He rushed that shot a bit. Nice move by Stewart, but he's rejected, stays with it, and gets the putback.
In general, I feel like I got a subdued version of Coach. I hear all these stories, and by the time I got there, you know, he was calm, quote unquote.
And he didn't let any of us.
Going into postseason play. Wusu trying to make that cut pass, a bounce pass for Roddy, leads to a turnover, and Jaylin Stewart. Dude, try my best to go jersey on you.
I'm just trying to
tournament.
There you
Yeah,
go.
at least I don't go Masters and say tournament.
That's,
you know, I
got Jersey in New York with a little Providence peppered in there.
That's true.
Got to clean that up a little bit.
I've been doing that my entire career. But the thing to remember about this UConn team, and by the way, they look at the Garden, their fans do, is Stores South. They will, a major part of that crowd, it won't just be St. John.
That's the reason for the seed line. But there does seem to be a distance between maybe the top 2 or 3 teams in the country and everybody else.
I would agree. Good coverage here. Joplin had a good start to the game. Mahaney can dribble, drive, and find some people. This kid can have some good games short.
Stewart got the roll. That was soft.
He's got the 5.
There's Reed banging in the post. He missed. Oh! Guess who did? Way.
They are 9 for 11 from the field this half. Solo ball. Chased behind the line. 5 to shoot. Diarra has to hurry. He finds Stewart. A 3.
Lead for UConn.
See too much of a full court press from Georgetown this evening.
And they're probably a little bit quicker, faster, more nimble without Sorber. I'm with you. I'm surprised you haven't seen more of that this game.
Jump ball pass. Stewart double clutched as he brick this into the lane. It wouldn't fall.
Nice rebound for Ray.
And Spencer, so in a lot of ways, he's playing catch-up right now.
100%, yeah. I mean, obviously the first game back was a little slow getting his feet back, but obviously last game he was, he showed his full potential and everything he could do, and he's one special player.
Yeah, that win against Creighton was hard fought. I think sometimes it lingers a bit. There's an answer from Jaylin.
Here's Caravan, an open look, and it's off the mark. Not close. Rebound, though, and the putback is there for
against UConn in their win up there. They had 11 points.
Greg McDermott trying to fire up the crowd. What a sequence there. 3 good looks for Caravan. Misses all 3, and Trout comes down the floor and hits a 3. Now Stewart for 3. Yes.
That slip screen is open, and that's just a bad pass by Diarra, but he was open.
Lewis off the mark. VR the other way. Great energy in the building. Baseline Stewart. Got it. Here's Smith, turns the corner hard, kicks it out baseline. R.J. Lewis off the heel. Long rebound ball, kicks it out. Here's Stewart to the hole. Wham! Some people thought they may be dead. Up top, Wilson. Trying to stop the bleeding nose. McNeely. Stewart for 3 now. And hits.
Experience in the backcourt is what you have for Marquette. Cam Jones Sr., Chase Ross Jr., Stevie Mitchell Sr. That's how you win big-time games.
Diarra on that national championship team last year. I'll tell you what, it's Huskies. Don't sleep on them when they get healthy, folks. They're going to be dangerous. Baseline jump shot, and that goes down. And he'll get the bounce.
No matter what you do, Cam wants to spin and get back to that left hand. Coaches know it. The scouting report says it, but it's easier said than done to stop him from getting to his strong hand.
UConn starts this game perfect, 3 for 3. Caravan's been in a slump last 4 games. He wants to burst out of it tonight. Now Stewart, 8 to shoot, rises, and knocks it in.
He stays on edge, but he wants his team to perform that way. That's been one of the problems with UConn right there. One-on-one defense, fortunately.
Diarra, guarded by Gold on a switch. Baseline jumper. Stewart again, and he bears.
Crafty gets a defender on his hip and still manages to get back to a strong hand to finish.
So a sharp start for DePaul, which is something we talked about coming in this tough environment at Excel, handling it as the road team.
And this is huge. You got to avoid the knockout blow in the first 4 minutes from the heavyweight.
Jaylin Stewart gets UConn started.
Offensively, we're like that, unfortunately, Fanta.
I only have one thing in common. In and out for a trainer. Mine was just at a different level, Jordan. Cleveland CYO.
Solo Ball's got to find a way to get himself a little bit more involved in this game from an offensive standpoint.
Ball to Stewart. The 3-point drop is over.
To go for the 3. When the dribble try has been so good to this group, this entire first half.
Think about it. 12 of their 14 made field goals are from 2-point range. They've shot 50%. Mahaney has a wide open Stewart. They just lost it.
In this first segment, can they do it? Stand by.
Another thing with toughness, DePaul out-rebounded UConn. 20 to 15. UConn's only been out-rebounded 6 times the entire season.
Solo Ball's got to acclimate himself a little bit more. Only took a couple shots in that first half. 15-point per game score, got to get more.
Jaylin Stewart from the phone lights were on pregame when the PA announcer asked who's been affected by cancer.
Everybody in here had a lit-up phone, which puts it in perspective.
And Connecticut comes out of the team.
To mention, he's got a heck of a staff alongside him there at DePaul as well. One of the most notable names on there with Val Jordan. Did a heck of a job with Butler. And in that COVID season, who knows what Butler would have done that year. Something people are quick to forget.
Jaylin Stewart knocks it down.
He's got to be in the attack mode out here. Nice help. Now alert.
Diarra sniffed that out the whole way. On the bounce pass and the process soaring.
And Byron Nelson, one of the greats of all time. A gentleman. Could learn from him.
I knew that was coming.
Look at Caravan. He was wide open on that bump by ball.
Here is solo ball. Telfort picks him up.
Good fight over the top.
Oh, now a scramble. There's an extra man off the deflection. They do get it into the post, and the shot will fall. Soft touch.
Of the next shot you're going to attempt.
Right into the body of Reed this time. He elevates over him. How about Reed standing his ground?
In a different matchup against Reed. He's and don't come from him looking around or over the defense. They come from him understanding what they're running, where guys are going to be. He knows where you're supposed to be before sometimes you do. And I think that's what makes him so deft at making those passes.
Stewart floater, that's good.
Of taking advantage of the minutes that he's been getting for Coach Hurley.
That's Brenner tunneling in the lane, missed the shot, just put his shoulder down like he was Sam Gash. Is that too old of a fullback reference? Nobody uses fullbacks anymore.
No, they don't.
Ball, Stewart. Oh, man! Neal, armbarred by Diarra. Pull up for Neal. No good, and now there's some real pride in the hearts of UConn coming out. Diarra on the hop. Got by McAndrew. Stewart in the corner. Slurf came to get it. He's not going to find it. 3 to shoot. On the drive, Neal. No foul called on the defense by Diarra.
Well, you got to get back and not complain about it.
Step back, Stewart. Enormous three.
Listening to Jason Benetti.
I take the under on that. The lead is 3. Moving down to a $120. Solo ball for Diarra. Stand still for the moment. Now Stewart revs the engine. That floater is good. He's
Final Four team a couple of years ago. John Gaffney, Doug Shows, and Tommy Morrissey, the officials for tonight's game.
Luka Poplar, that Final Four team Miami that played against UConn in the Final Four a couple of years ago. So he's got a little bit of understanding and knowledge of this program and this system.
Jumper from deep.
Closeouts have to be on point. We talked about that discipline, knowing the scouting report, so important this time of season.
There's Diarra looking for the pick and roll. Nothing there. Get it in the corner. Stewart. Short jumper. That's the watch list, the Naismith Award watch list, the Julius Irving Award watch list. That's a big miss out of the lineup.
But we've seen this UConn team beat Baylor without Alex Caravan, so all about that system.
Ball to Diarra. Got clock at 6.
And let it.
Diarra right in his face. Really good. Closing out the room. A step through. Runner. Contact. He's on the floor. And here comes UConn. Aiden Mahaney in the game. And that's a great setup. Wow. 40-32. Wow. UConn really needs Caravan, and at this point they're not picking somebody to get free. Here's Stewart, fadeaway, and he's got it. Stewart to the front, back, upside down, you name it. There's Diarra. Buck and a half to go. All the 16 points all here in the second half. Reverse, beautifully done by Stewart.
Nice find. Abdul Rahim can't finish. Tipping won't go for Mila. Bodies hitting the floor. UConn with numbers will slow it down.
Feel the energy is picked up for Providence since Mila's been on the floor.
Stewart back door.
Yeah, in traffic no less for Swain. He found Foster. Couldn't hit the jam.
What a pump fake, though. Hunter, nice show and then recover. Nice cut, Stewart. Maybe a little bump there by Caravan. Got him.
Turn, that's what it is, because now he blocks Aiden Mahaney from being able to get around and get through the screen.
You can just see close range as we are. Nembhard has that look in his eye, like he might make a big play tonight at some point down the line. He's now switched off of Mahaney. He's got Huff on him this time. On the kick out, Stewart. That's a three for UConn.
You know, he didn't beat and hammer on these young men when they played the game. He was really a positive force. And when Dickie V said your name, when he mentioned you, bro, your stardom took off.
Yeah, that's true. Dick, we're thinking about you, and we're so happy to hear your news. UConn by 3, playing without Samson Johnson, who will not return to this game. We are told by Connecticut that 2 is pure for Jaylin.
You tell me a tougher duo in the country.
Tough to find one. I mean, that dunk you were talking about against Kentucky, he took himself to the ground with it on the drive. You see UConn really struggled from 3 today. McNeely drops it off to the wing. That 3 will go.
But do you get the attention you want? Good defense that time inside, but heck of a rebound. And McNeely had some influence on that shot inside on Graham.
Right down the lane, got it off for Stewart, who just controlled himself in.
And we'll be talking about it a lot on Tuesday night, the Men's Jimmy V Classic from Madison Square Garden in New York City, Miami and Tennessee, and then Arkansas and Michigan. And when the new poll, Jay, comes out tomorrow, the Tennessee Volunteers are very likely to be the #1 team in the nation. It's not going to be Kansas. #1 Kansas lost twice this week. #2 is Auburn. They lost at Duke, and certainly there's no shame in losing to a top 10 team on the road, but it seems likely, I believe, that Rick Barnes and the Volunteers will be the #1.
In the corner, that would nice rebound, but an offensive board, and Stewart puts it home.
That kind of start.
Yeah, it really is, but that's the right play, though, throwing that thing downstairs. Samson Johnson will go up and get that, but you got to test him.
Stewart got it. Nice move from Shaw. It's blocked by Johnson. And a chance at 3 on this end. Martino pulls up. Won't get the bounce. 3-on-1.
Yeah, cold.
I don't blame him. Stewart spins and hits.
Seemed to bother me at those 2 huge threes. Malone, and a good job there by Stewart, giving up a lot of size, just not to let Malone get too close to the bucket. Make him take the tough 2. And then at the other end, Stewart knocks down a long jumper. In the air, he got the shot off, but left it a little bit short. It would have been a miraculous make had he been able to make it, but Memphis hung on for the 2-point win, and we've got Memphis and Michigan State coming up in the next game in a semifinal.
This last couple minutes of the first half, when Colorado gets the ball back, they got to drive it. Put UConn in a position to foul.
Boy, Stewart's Yara. The spin. The follow. And the third try is good.
Points in 3 games. He was spectacular. What a good cut.
And the follow will go for Jaylin.
That would be Mark Few going against his protege, Tommy Lloyd. And Arizona just got beat by Duke in a game where they got badly out-rebounded.
UNC just won the women's battle for Atlantis.
Boy, with Reed having to help Mahaney, that opened up the offensive glass for Dane Danger. Danger is not his middle name. That was excellent.
This Danger Reed matchup is fun. It's like a trip back in time. 2 big, strong guys in the middle. There's a
tournament really came on.
Caravan now pushing up top and laid in by Stewart.
Gonna find. You always know what he's thinking.
Haggerty 1 of 2, and it's a 2-point lead for UConn. Keep an eye on Hurley as he watches the play at the far end of the court. Memphis led for most of the first half, but UConn has come back to take a 2-point lead. Stewart hits again. What a first.
with more than 10 minutes to go in the half.
Diarra with the shot fake, lost it, trying to get it back. Great pass into Stewart, who lays it in. But great team points in the first half. 6 for 7. Here's McNeely, too strong, and Stewart the follow. He is every.
For East Texas A&M. Corner 3 is long. You were watching the Wolverines beat TCU on FS1 last week. You like the Dusty May hire?
I do. Danny Wolf, to me, though, it's like lethal, isn't it? Because he can make such good decisions.
Lane Paloma can't finish. 10 seconds here. Diarra with 7. Diarra with 4. Hassan Diarra with 3. Diarra gives it off to Jaylin. Stewart, who beats the horn.
Pieces. Tough fadeaway. Up the short. Rebound McNeely. Oh, alley-oop. Pretty. Diarra had Ross. They blocked that one. What a trap. McNeely. Diarra. Nice pass. Yes, it was. Results in a dunk. Stewart.
The double, he can do that.
And he's been doing a beautiful job getting his spots and creating room and creating space. With that step back, uses his shoulders, nice bumps off.
McNeely with the delivery to Jaylin Stewart.
Stewart's going to be interesting.